Hey, welcome there. Today we're going to use our awareness to create what we want. And what I do work with my group quite often is help them shift the meaning. And one of the things that I want you to look at today is having awareness to the meaning on what you create. So, what I want you to think about, just imagine you're going to an event. You go there, you're in a great mood, you're moving along there, and then you see someone or you see something and you go, oh, wow, really great to see you. I'm so excited. And yet your mate who you're with or your partner, they have a different reaction, a different response. They say, oh, geez, not them. Now, why? What causes that? And we look at it, and when we slow down and we use our awareness, we recognize it's the meaning that we have ascribed to a certain situation. That person, your friend may have had a certain experience with that person, and they found it to be uncomfortable, or they find them to be a certain way. It's not right, real, or true. It's just a meaning. But the thing that what I want you to look at this and the way we hang onto it is energy flows where our perception goes and our meaning goes. So if you've got a meaning about something, and as you're sitting there listening to this, and you think about something, a certain situation, do you feel expansive or do you feel constrictive? And the only difference that makes it happen is by the meaning that you've placed upon it. And because I do a lot of healing work and see people getting all sorts of illnesses and dis-eases it, one of the things that we often look at is, well, hold on, what meaning are you ascribing to a certain situation? And what's that doing to your energy field? So when we are just in joy in ourselves, or in love, or just in the I am and consciousness, you'll find there's no resistance, no ebb or flow, no pushing or pulling away from it. But what happens, and one of the things for us to become mindful of, is that often we're looking at certain situations through our old memories, through our old experiences. And so we don't actually see what's really going on. We see through the filter of our mind. And it's like looking at snow, the white snow, and you've got red snow goggles on. To everything to you looks red. And then someone comes along and they've got blue snow goggles on, and to them, everything looks like it's blue. Neither of you are right or wrong. You've just got different filters on. And so in any situation, how you can help this and for creating in your life, if you believe something is going to be hard, you're placing a meaning on it, on that assumption that it's going to be hard. So your energy is going out and you are causing a resistance, which is stopping the flow just because of that meaning. So you can say, well, Doug, what do you do about that? There's one thing to know about, and this is one of the things why back in the early days, I got into healing, because I would get clairvoyance, and there would be people coming up and telling you a certain situation. And you go, yeah, I know that's happening, but what do I do about it? And this is where what I want to help people with and share, and this is why I'm starting up this channel, is to be able to recognize when you are hearing or seeing things, whether you are from what aspect, where are you looking from to create it. Now, one of the things that we look at here is to go, how do I change the meaning? Because the meaning you will, for many as associated, you'll have all sorts of reasons and beliefs behind it. But a simple technique to help you change is to become aware of what you're focusing on. What meaning are you focusing on? And when you see that meaning there, allow the meaning to unravel. So in other words, what I mean by that is don't have any, don't place meaning on the meaning. Just, it's a little brown round rock, a rock. It's just a little brown rock. Well, what does that mean? Well, it's just a brown rock. It doesn't mean anything. And when you let it go and you just keep letting go in a way that you do this, what else could this mean? What else could this mean? What else could this mean? And you keep asking yourself and you go, yeah, what else? What else? And what you're doing is you are unraveling in your consciousness to just come back to light and space. A question I quite often get people to ask is, what's the truth? Oh, this is a brown rock. No, what's the truth? Or it's matter. It's this, it's that. And they keep packing it undone until they realize it's just pure source energy. It's just consciousness. When you get that, wow, powerful changes happen inside of you. All of a sudden, that meaning loses its grip, and then the energy begins to be able to flow to what you're wanting to create. Most people don't recognize what they're trying to create as being blocked by the meanings that they have associated on how they need to get to it. And when we start realizing this, we can begin to change and move in a certain direction. So a simple exercise you can do when you come up against, and a good opportunity for you to test in your life, and you see a situation and you feel your energy constrict, you know then your meaning has gone back into some past memory. And you, out of habit, out of your belief systems, are constricting. So you are stopping the flow of consciousness or stopping the flow of your desire to flow through you. As soon as you feel the constriction or you get the negative thoughts or critical thoughts coming in your mind, you recognize, and this is why we use awareness, you recognize that the old memories, the old practices are just running. You go, oh, shit. First step is awareness. The second step you can do, and quite often what people who are wise to do, you just take a few breaths, you breathe through it, and you, as you're witnessing it, as you're seeing it, as you're observing it, what you're doing is you're shining light on it. As you shine light on it, you will find the non-truths or the perceptions or the memories will begin to start letting go. Now, depending on where you are in your life and what's going on, if you've got a really, you're really caught by somebody, you can't forgive them, you've got a big grudge and you're like a pirate with a little bird on your shoulder going, arr. The thing that you look at is you go, well, how do I start letting this go then, Doug? But this is annoying. This person's like that. The reason, and one of the things that you look at, the why they are like that is because that's what you believe comes into your reality. So your unconscious is making the meaning, and so you find yourself in situations like that. It's like someone being in a relationship and a violent relationship or an abusive relationship. They leave the relationship, but then they find they start getting abuse at work, or they get abuse somewhere else, because unconsciously in their memory and in their mind, they believe they deserve to be treated a certain way. They've got a meaning on how they deserve to be treated. And when you see that and you hear that, you go, oh, shit. So if I change the meaning, will I get a different result? Well, yeah. It's like that red goggles to the blue goggles. You'll see it differently. Life changes. It's like we all walk into a room and we all see things differently. And you look at it and you go, well, okay, so it's nothing about outside of me. No, it's not. It's only ever about inside of you. What's going on? What are you thinking about? And when you realize that, then one of the things that you can do is you can then start taking steps to change. First step is have awareness. Notice that you got caught. Come back into presence. And the way you come back into presence is breathe. Just start breathing. Just allow yourself to recognize that you've been triggered and just begin to breathe. A good thing I get people to ask is, what's the truth? Not your truth or what you think the truth is, just what's the truth. And as soon as you come up with an answer, you'll find it'll be bullshit. It'll just be what it is. It'll be a belief system. Until you keep letting go, and you'll find there's a collapsing inside of your consciousness, and you'll come to peace. When you come to peace, you'll realize that there's no meaning because there's no real question to be asked, and it just unravels. It's really quite cool how it happens. But it's the old meaning you get to let go, and then you get the opportunity to use another meaning, to put a new meaning on it if you choose. But quite often people can try to use this as a weapon. That doesn't mean anything. But what they're really saying is, I don't believe, I don't share your opinion, and I'm not going to talk to you. I'm going to be holier than now. And no, they're still caught. They're still in the irritation. But when you truly drop and let go and let the meaning go, you find it just passes through. There is no resistance. And you find yourself falling deeper into love. And when we do that, life just gets easier. The energy starts flowing again to create what you want, what you tangibly want. See, when you recognize, if you're trying to create something in your physical world and you're finding it's not happening, you'll have some meaning or belief system or resistance there that's saying that you're not allowed it, or that it's got to be hard, or it's got to be this, or it's got to be that. Those are just all rules that you've placed on yourself. Not right, not wrong, just there. And once you become aware of them, you begin to start unraveling them. So what we do to shift it, remember, breathe. Take a couple of breaths. Shine your awareness. And when I mean by shine your awareness, you look into the meaning. You look at the meaning. And what I mean by looking at the meaning, it's like going into a dark room. You know, you're in your house and you go into a room and it's dark. What happens when you turn the light on? The darkness goes. So when you have awareness of the resistance or whatever's there, and you turn your light on in that room, the meaning that you held of it will begin to naturally dissolve, because you're looking for truth. And the meanings just fall away. They just naturally do. And when you can sit in that and be comfortable in that you don't have to place a meaning upon it, you are free. And this begins to start the unraveling. So, hey, if you enjoyed this, you got some tips out of it, hey, subscribe to the channel. And for anyone that's interested, I've got a 5-hour healing workshop coming up on the 27th of September. Starting at 8:30 in the morning on Australian time, Brisbane time. So if you're interested, hey, love to see you there. Go ahead and comment in the comments if you enjoyed this, and I will be on the same time next week, and we will have go deeper into some other aspects of what's going on. So blessings, have a beautiful day, and I look forward to catching you again soon. Take care.